Let's bring on our speaker today is Jevoni Hornbuckle on the call.
Yeah, I'm on here.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good, man. I'm glad to have you on. I hope I didn't offend you by letting people know where you were, and it wasn't even a year ago when that happened, dude.
Yeah, it was. I mean, shoot, what, December?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. So hats off to you, man. There are not a lot of people that can pull themselves out of that situation. Most people, they run into that. They look at $8,000 and they act like it's the end of the world. This is the only business that I'm really aware of where you can get into that kind of trouble and you can get yourself out of it just as quickly as you can get yourself into it. And so for that, I'm blessed. I'm excited that I found this opportunity, and to see what you've done has truly been inspiring. Now, Jamie, like, I don't know, when she like has called you, and I remember, right? Doesn't she call you like out of the blue sometimes or text you?
Oh yeah, she calls me, texts me, hits me up all the time.
And I remember like November, she's like, hey, I just talked to this guy, Jevoni. You need to talk to him. You need to talk to him. And then you were at conference. So let's start out with that, man. How important would you say getting to the convention was in January when you were there?
It was huge. It was the biggest thing, especially coming off of that. It took I was down in the dirts, and I don't have anybody out here with me. I'm in Colorado. So I don't really have anybody out here that I could work side by side with. Any like friends or anybody, and then I don't even have any really friends here either. So I'm really just out here by myself. So going out there and being around the like-minded people and seeing that like those people have actually gone through what I've gone through, and now they're talking at stage and convention, and just the energy was crazy, and it pulled me out of the hole and kept me going on the path I've been on. So I think it was huge.
I love it, man. That's the importance of getting to conference, being around so many other people. We hire a lot of people and they think that if they're not near an office, not near other people, that they can't make it. And you're out there by yourself, and you turn things around and making it happen. Let's talk a little bit about what was the one thing that you were doing before versus what you're doing now that has made this biggest change.
I'm just working more. I feel like I was trying to take shortcuts.
What did your schedule look like before?
It was like it was dial a day and then run the next 2 days. And then if the day was decent or whatever, I have my kids, I got 2 kids at home. So then I would use like, oh, well, I got to stay home. So it was dial a day, run 2 days. But I mean, in all reality, I was down Monday, running Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday. My little one's 3, so it'd be like, oh well, I'll stay at home and attempt telesales, but I wasn't truly attempting it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now I do a dial a day, run a day.
Okay.
Just because, especially out here, people are so forgetful in Colorado. Some of the people I've gone to see are just very grimy. So to set myself up and make sure these people remember, because if I forget, these people are definitely going to forget.
Do you think they have a bad memory because of all because weed is legal in California, in Colorado?
Yeah, probably. It's up there. Absolutely.
So before we talk about anything else, are you telling me the biggest change was just going to work?
Yeah. Now I work 5 to 6 days a week. I only take off really Sundays. Be home with the kids. If I don't have any appointments booked, then like I said, I'm posting on social media or going through my blast leads and texting them and calling the ones, and just working more. That's really it.
So when you dial Monday, you run Tuesday. How many appointments are you looking for on Tuesday?
For Tuesday, I'm shooting anywhere from 5 to 8.
Okay. And then what about the next day? Is it 5 to 8 every day?
Yeah, that's what I try to shoot for. Anywhere from 5 to 8.
All right.
There's sometimes I get like 4 or 3, but I shoot for 5 to 8.
All right. And has that kind of fixed your no-show problem, booking a day in advance?
Yes, absolutely. When I was setting them out too far, one, I noticed for me, I was still hitting that like 5-to-8 ratio.
Mhm.
But it would be, I would find out like I would have 4 on one day and 4 the next day.
Yeah.
And then they ended up being spaced out, you know what I mean? And then, so I was getting maybe 2 no-shows on the first day, and then the next day I'll get the whole day no-showed. So what I started doing is I put them, yeah, I call Monday for Tuesday. I don't do anything for Wednesday. I also even started adding them to like my Google Calendar.
Okay.
Um,
Is that schedule now non-negotiable? If someone calls and says, "Hey, Jevoni, let's go out for the day," I mean, are you sticking that schedule no matter what?
yeah, I have to. I feel like anytime I just veer from that, steer this way or that way, or take the day off, it ends up shooting me in the foot
Okay.
some way or another. So, and it just takes my momentum too. I think it's huge for my momentum.
Can you share with everyone on the call what you told me about what you were doing with Ethos? I posted it in a bunch of different places, but maybe people didn't see it. How'd you come up with that, and what's that done for you this month?
Yeah, of course. So I post. Now it's been about 4 times. I'm going to start doing it more. About 4 times this last week. But I'll just find a picture, talk about life insurance, no matter what it is, and then I kind of just post it onto Facebook and Instagram. And because we don't, not everybody sends their information in for a lead. You know what I mean? And I got thousands of people on Facebook, and so does my wife and my mom. So if I get 3 people to share it, then all their friends are going to see it as well. And for the month, I've gotten 8 policies off that alone for the month, um, where I didn't have to even talk to the people. They just kind of uh, went in and clicked on the policy and signed up for themselves. Well, I just post it, and I really seen it on. I was just scrolling through the Ethos website,
Yep.
and they're like, "Here, send this all. You can send this link out to your friends and your family." And then I was reading, and I found like they have templates and stuff
Okay.
to where it's like where they do their like lead advertisement, and I was like, okay, well, if I could post this or something similar like that, um, I mean, if people go in by themselves and sign up, and that's all I got to do, then I mean, why not? Why not take the 5 minutes to put that on Facebook to generate some more avenue, some more money coming in?
Awesome. What else? What companies are you buying leads from?
So the only other company I'm buying leads from right now is called Primetime.
Okay.
I like them because it's a low lead cost. They say it's anywhere from, they say it's like 30 days or less. I'm not too sure how true that is. I feel like those leads are about the internets from the ILC, the
Okay.
3 and the 1 month. I don't find a difference, but it's statewide. It's like $1.50 per lead, and targeted areas it's $2 a lead. So I'm been buying. It's a minimum $200 order, or $200 lead order. Sorry.
Okay.
And so you get 200 leads, and about the similar to the 1 month, 3 months, and I've been able to do pretty decent with those. Uh, they have IUL leads on there as well, mortgage protection. So it's not just final expense life insurance, but that's where I've been buying them for the last 2 weeks,
Are,
three
are you
weeks.
still are you still buying anything out of the ILC?
Yeah, I do ILC. I'll do some 1 months in the certain areas I like to run here in Colorado. And just recently, I've been hitting all the final expenses.
Gotcha.
Um,
Those are
um,
cheap too, right? They're $1.50 out of the ILC.
yeah, they're $1.50, and it's huge. So it's like I'm not great on the phones. I don't pretend to be. I'm not the best person on the phone. All I know is that I could work, and so just stack the deck in my favor. So that's it for me.
Got it. Your phone script, because so many people on here, they always think it's a magical phone script. Why don't we do some role playing for people that aren't getting on the phone and booking appointments, and let's show them how it's done.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dollar age lead, $1.50 lead. Tell me exactly how you would call that.
You want me to do it with you?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Ring ring.
Hello?
Hey there, Mike.
Yes.
Hey, Mike. This is Jevoni over here at the benefits office here in Colorado. Hey, listen, you might not remember, but our office got this form that you sent in about a year ago in regards to some information for final expenses. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I got your date of birth here is 7/25/1956. Is that right?
That's correct.
Correct. Cool. And then I got your uh, address here. You put down as 1235 Altura Street, Denver, Colorado. Is that right?
That's correct.
Awesome. Awesome. So listen. So it looks like nobody has been out to help you. And so they just assigned me to get this information out to you. I'll be out in your area tomorrow, working with about 15 other families. Do you have any doctor's appointments or anything going on in the morning?
Yeah, I have a doctor's appointment.
Okay, gotcha. What time is that doctor appointment at?
11:30.
11:30. Okay. Um, what time do you think you'll be home from that doctor's appointment?
Should be home by 2.
You should be home by 2. Okay, what I got right now, I got a 9 o'clock. We could do it before. I could come to you at 2:30. Which one of those work better for you?
I'll take the 9.
Okay, I got you at 9 o'clock. And so I
That's
just
it?
kind of make it seem like just nobody's been able to help them, no matter what. Like, and it's my job that I've been assigned to help them every time. No matter
That's
what
it.
they really say.
That's an easy one. Let's do because they're $1.50 leads. The leads in there are old too when you get the age final
Oh yeah,
expense. They
some
can be
of them
like
were
four,
like,
4 years old. So let's do a difficult one, the one that scares people. When someone says, I don't remember doing that, I don't want it. What do you say?
I said, totally understand. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So I get it. But my job is just to get you this information. What you decide to do with is up to you. I got a 9 o'clock and a 2 o'clock. Which one works?
All right. What do you say if they say, I already took care of it?
They already took care of it. I'm like, okay, great. And so my job is to make sure you're set up with the correct plan. We did roll out some new stuff here in 2023. So my job is just to make sure you and your family are set up in the best possible situation.
What do you say? Those are probably the two main ones, right?
Yeah,
I already
I
took
took
care
care
of it.
of that.
I don't remember. I guess the only other one you could possibly get is I'm no longer interested. How would you handle that one?
I just be like, I get it. I'm really not interested either. My job is just to come bring you this information. What you decide to do with it is completely up to you. And they just keep saying that, like, I'm not interested. I know I'm not interested either. I get it. But I got a 9 and a 2. If you want, you can throw it away in my face. If you want, I just got to come to bring it to you.
I love it. In terms of consistency with buying leads, are you now we talked about this the other day, so share it with everyone. You told me that the biggest problem before was you would buy a batch of leads and you would hold on to them for weeks and weeks and weeks until you thought you were exhausting the leads. And now you said you're buying leads each and every week. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
What has that done for you? Putting fresh leads in your hands every week.
It's been great. It's been able to just set up new opportunities. You know what I mean? We can only call and text a certain number so many times. And that's what I was trying to do. I was like, oh, well, maybe this person was busy last week, so I'm going to call them again this week. And, it wasn't doing anything. And, after a while, all those numbers just ended up becoming blocked. Whether I was calling from Ring Central, I was calling from this iLine app where you could change your number.
Yep.
Eventually, though, it just became blocked. And now I noticed that I knew that, like, okay, well, I called this lead last week. I wasn't working as hard, maybe,
Yep.
to like, kind of setting myself up for failure. Like, this person's going to not answer the phone anyways. They're not going to text back anyway. So buying new leads is just I approach it just so it's like I'm consistently talking to new people, trying to attempt new numbers, and it's been able to help me book more appointments instead of just sitting there trying to exhaust things.
How many new leads a week are you buying? Not brand new, but new to you. How many leads you buying a week?
Yeah, I mean, from the prime time, I've been buying, I'll buy maybe 1 to 2 batches. So
Mhm.
if I buy one batch, it's 200.
Okay.
200 leads. I try not to do anything less than 100 because like I said, I'm not the greatest on the phones. I don't act like I am. I don't pretend to be. Sometimes I get tired and zone out for like 10 minutes. But I just knew that if I have enough people to call, at least 5 people are going to say yes. And at least 5, I'm going to come see 5 people. And I know I'm going to sell 3 of them. But I just try to put those odds in my favor because I'm not the greatest on the phone. Sometimes I get tongue tied. Sometimes I get nervous. I start to sweat, and so I just try to stack the deck in my favor any possible way.
When you're in the house and you run into a problem, who do you call?
Ryan,
Got it.
yeah,
And have you been posting your sales? I never see you post them. We got to get you to start posting there with the group.
yeah. I post some of them, but then I'd be forgetting. So I post like I'll throughout the day. I'll post like 3, and then I forget. But I post them in the group app, not on the Facebook. But I could start doing it on Facebook, and
You got
I've
to
been
do
doing it.
it in Discord.
Yeah,
Let's go through your in-home. We got a lot of new people on the call. Tell me exactly how it goes when you walk into a home and you booked an appointment off a 4-year-old lead. What do you do when you walk into the house? How do you close it?
yeah, of course. So well, find somewhere to sit. I don't do crazy rapport. Well, we got a nice house here or something like that. Nothing crazy. But then I get into it and I'd be like, okay, uh, James, um, you know why I'm here. My job is sorry, I thought somebody was knocking. So you filled out this information, you remember that, right? And I'll show it to him. He's like, yeah, okay. And I was like, so my job is just to help get you this information that you requested. There's no pressure for you to do anything here. Whatever you decide to do is up to you. And then so I'll talk to him. So I'll go, so I'm assuming that if God forbid something was happening to you today, your beneficiary, well, I'll find out who their beneficiary, who are you trying to protect? Sorry. I'm like, who are you trying to protect? And they'd be like, my wife, my kids. I'm like, okay, well, I'm assuming that if something was happening to you today, your kids or your wife wouldn't have that money tomorrow. And they're like, correct. I'm like, okay, gotcha. And so from there, I'll kind of sorry, let me see. I get nervous. So from there, uh I just make sure like, hey, okay, do you have anything in place currently? No. Like, all right, gotcha. So how much do you think, are you looking for cremation or are you looking for burial? Uh I'm looking for cremation. Like, okay, great. And then are you looking to leave money behind as well? Like, okay, yeah. Like, so, and then I'll go back to the question. So if something was to happen to you, your child, your wife, they don't have this to take care of you, correct? And they'd be like, right. And I'd be like, okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull up 3 options. We have a gold option, a silver option, and a bronze option. And you're not gonna pay anything today. I'm gonna show you something that best fits your budget, and you let me know. And we'll put in a small, put in a small application, and to see if you even get approved because I'm just the eyes and the ears. And we'll put this small application in, see if you get approved, and if it does, we'll move forward with the application. They'll let us know pretty quickly, so I'm not going to sit here and waste your time. And if so, I'll come back out in a couple of days. I'll show you everything that we talked about today. And I was like, and then I'll be like, does that sound good to you? And I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah, that sounds good.
Now, if they're approved right there when you're sitting in front of them, you say, "Hey, you're approved. Your payment's coming out." Do you let them know?
Yeah, I'll let them know. I don't do the whole calling back thing. And I think if they already know what we're doing.
Okay.
They know what we're doing. Hey, we're gonna put this application in to see if you're even approved. And then like, especially like with America, how it even allows you to go forward or not.
Yep.
But I let them know, like, hey, congratulations, you've been approved. This will come out probably within the next few days. So just keep your eyes open. But we can switch this date if you want to. Would you like to change it, or is it okay how it is?
What's your go-to carrier when you're in the field? Who are you trying to write first?
My go-to is Americo. Um, Usually always. One, they pay quickly. Two, they kind of done, they're straightforward with it. You know what I mean? There's no, oh, we're gonna get back to you. We got to go through underwriting. It's either we can move forward with the application, or hey, no, you can't move forward. Let's choose another carrier.
If Americo's declined, who do you go to next?
If America's declined, I've been going to Prosperity.
I love Prosperity.
Yeah, I do too. I go with Prosperity. I think they have great products, especially for those people that want term that can't get approved for the cash back with Americo. So, but this last week I've actually been offering Ethos as well, just because I think their products are pretty solid as well. So that's kind of what the three I work in between.
Ethos has a much smaller commission payout, though. I mean, you
Yeah,
shoot yourself in the foot with that.
yeah. If it's final expense, I don't do. It's only if I'm doing term, I'll take Ethos.
Got it.
But anything final expense, I'll try to do Prosperity or Americo.
So to me, it almost sounds like the biggest changes that you make, which I think anyone could do, is you got a consistent schedule and you made the decision to buy leads consistently each and every week. I mean, would you say that's those two things are what changed everything for you?
Yeah, that and being plugged in, like I was saying, I don't have anybody out here, like especially with everybody with Honor and Valor, they're in Maryland and everywhere else. There's nobody really out here. And so I've just been staying plugged in with the live dials, hopping on trainings as much as I can. But I would say overall, it's been the consistency of buying leads and just working hard. I've been just not taking days off, not straying away from my schedule. Just making sure I always, week in and week out, I have new people to talk to. And here at my apartment complex, they got like a little business center. And so I'll go there and I'm there all day. I don't come home. I don't come get the kids. I don't hang out with the kids until work is over. I used to like go till 12. I would go hang out there call till 12, and then I would come back and eat lunch, and then I'd end up finding myself like not going back to like maybe 4 or not even at all. So just being committed to the schedule and just staying there. Like, hey, I know that if I go home, most likely I'm gonna be back. I'm not making any more calls. So before I leave this place, I got to make sure I have at least 5 to 8 appointments booked for the next day. And then, depending on how that went, I'll buy more for Thursday.
Yeah, I would never recommend 5 to 8. You're definitely better than me in the home. It took me like 10 to 12. So hats off to you on that, man. That's I'd be scared to death to go out with 5 appointments. I mean, that would put a hurt.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I was before convention and everything else I was doing, I was running like 1 to 4. And I'm like I was saying, I was not committed. I was not good on the phones, and I was getting lucky. And it wouldn't even be like those ones that were answered with the rebuttal. It would be like people were like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, come on over." Like just the easy sets. You know what I mean?
So when you have 5, how many are there on a day you have 5? How many would you
On a
say?
day, I'm sitting with at least 3 of them lately.
Yeah.
It's been about 3. I'm closing at least 2 of them.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome. What's your goal for next month?
My goal is just to keep this going. I mean, 40 plus is the goal. Yeah.
You hit Hall of Fame this year.
That's the plan. I'm trying to. Yeah. Yeah, I remember we left convention and Jamie put us all in the chat with like 10 of us, and she was like, I'm calling you guys out. This is everybody who's going to hit Hall of Fame, said they were going to hit Hall of Fame, and I'm trying to stick to it.
Is there anyone on here that can't do what Jevoni's doing? I mean, has he like really confused everyone with his whole system with what he's doing? I mean, it's pretty
Mike, I just want to make a couple comments too.
yes.
I mean, I sit here and I think about like what you're saying, like he just made a decision to go to work. And really, in his mind, and this is, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but in his mind, he probably thought he was missing time with his kids, but his time with his kids before probably wasn't quality time because he was worried about money and is he going to make a sale and did he have enough dial time and oh my gosh, I'm going to have money for leads and like all this stuff that compounds. And I think people do this all the time, right? Where they like feel like I'm missing time with my kids. It's like, first of all, your kids are watching TV. They're on the iPad. They're over here playing bubbles. They're not even paying any attention to you. And all you're thinking about is I'm with the kids. So they think that I'm here present, but yet I'm struggling with finances. I'm struggling. My wife's probably getting upset with me because she's not seeing, I'm not proving it to her that I can do this thing. And then it's just like this other compound. Whereas if you just do what you're supposed to do on the days you're supposed to do it, the time that you get to spend with your family is way more rewarding because you just freaking killed it. Like, I'm sure your wife is probably way happier now with money flowing into the bank than it was before when you were sitting at home with her and the kids and no money in the bank. Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, the time I was spending was not quality time. I got pretty bad anxiety. It's like crippling anxiety. And so, especially when all those chargebacks hit and everything else, yeah, okay, I was home, but I wasn't focusing on spending time with the kids. Mentally, I was everywhere else. And like, I was looking an asshole, because I was being pulled every way mentally till now where I can have a 10K week and I could take that Sunday off and we can have a full day and be comfortable. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting there stressed about everything else. And it's completely different. And then I also remember when I was at convention, Frank told me how when you introduced me to Frank, and you're like, he's gonna kill it, but he just needs to get to work, and this is this and that. And Frank was like, well, do you want your wife to leave you? I go, what? And he was like, do you want your wife to leave you? I go, no. He's like, then start making some money. What's wrong with you? I was like, all right. I was like, all right, so that's simple. It was good. It lit the fire, I told my wife that and she cracked up and she was like, back. And, we're good. I know I got caught up in like thinking like, oh, I'm a failure, this, and that. And I guess I grew up without a dad. So trying to just be present, but it wasn't to that extent. You know what I mean? I wasn't present and I wasn't providing. So now it's like, when I am home when I get done with work, I am completely present. My phone, I don't even touch the phone. And I go to bed not sweating, not worried. And it's just good. And it's better. It's better mentally.
The work, that's all it is, right?
And Jevoni, you know what? Like, that statement don't work. It's definitely true. Like, it's bigger than women leave. But most people can't take that statement. They curl up in the corner themselves instead of stepping up like a man, which is what you've done. And it's so much better coming home to be with your kids when you've accomplished something, right? Like, you have no guilt.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, right. You wake up and it's like you didn't work that hard and you didn't make shit happen. It's like that anxiety, that guilt kicks in, and then you're not even present anyways. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people on here that can relate to that. I know, I talk to a lot of ladies all the time, and I talk to folks whose spouses don't believe in them and all this stuff. I'm like, well, give them something to believe in.
Yeah.
You're not giving them anything to believe in, so it's hard for them to believe in it. So, well, great job. Don't quit. Keep it going. You're just scratching the surface. I feel like this is just the beginning. So, yeah. Sky's the limit.
45. We still got another week to go. My man's at first place. Jevoni, great job, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. And Jevoni, keep crushing, buddy. I'm super, super excited for you. And I have no doubt that you can hit Hall of Fame with what you're doing. And I think you broke it down and made it so simple that I think everyone in this entire group can do the same thing. Can you imagine if everyone this week decided they're going to get a schedule, follow a schedule, buy leads each and every week, and plug in? It's funny, we preach the same thing every week, but I think sometimes people have to hear it from a different voice. So Jevoni, thank you so much for sharing, buddy.
Absolutely. I appreciate you for having me on.
Thanks, buddy. Everyone have a great night. Thank you, Jevoni.
Thank you.